We're live. Okay. Welcome
Hi.
everybody to our Wellness Wednesday. I'm with a special guest today, Lori Hoy, who's also a health and wellness coach, and she is very, very intelligent and knowledgeable in nutrition, especially for women 50 plus. And she also owns a fitness center. Woohoo! I know. And
Yeah.
in the middle of Pennsylvania, I believe, right?
Yep.
Or
Smack in the middle, Central PA.
okay, yeah. So anyway, she's coming from you from PA. I'm coming to you from the Cayman Islands. So my connection might be a little iffy, but we'll hopefully get through this. So we are so excited to talk about the new food pyramid that just recently came out. And Lori's got a visual there. We will post it in the comments as well, so you can see what it looks like if you haven't seen it yet. But it is basically turned the old food pyramid from 1983 upside down. And if you remember that old food pyramid, it had cereals, pastas, breads on the bottom, and then it had
Here.
healthy fats on the top and the other stuff in between. And they've totally flipped that upside down. So now the greens are on the bottom. And then you've got your protein, your healthy fats, your healthy vegetable carbs are the mainstay, which is huge. So yeah, it's very
Incredible.
colorful too.
Yeah, it is. It's very well done, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Coming
So
from an educational background, it's very well written, easy to read, easy to understand. There's still some things that the average person who doesn't really dive into nutrition like we do, they might not understand, but I know once they take that to their physician that they trust, they'll be able to help them with that. So that's another plus.
yes, and hopefully your physician, not all physicians are trained in nutrition. Hopefully you have
Right.
one that is, because that's very, very helpful. But Lori, tell them where you downloaded that from, because anybody can go to that site.
I don't, it's realfood.gov,
Okay.
realfood.gov. And it's a really nice website too, really easy. It takes you through it. And then you have an option to download the actual guidelines. It's about maybe 14 pages. Let me see here. I'll give you the exact number. And of course, I probably printed down more things than most people would want. It's about 10 pages.
Okay.
And then there's
Okay.
some daily servings by calorie level, some other graphs and things that are there. Just again, these are guidelines. I want everybody to understand that these are guidelines. They're not rules, not hard and fast rules, but they are
Right.
guidelines. And we are excited about it because this is basically how we've eaten for, I don't know,
8 or 9 years.
probably it's been
Yeah.
10 years for me because 2016 is when I started my real nutrition journey.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
going on 10 years this year. So,
Well, it's about 9 years for me, and I
mhm.
was a year behind you. And so we did this group, this 90-day group 8 or 9 years ago. And it was basically primal eating, where we focused on healthy fats, protein, vegetables. We cut out fruit because it had fructose in it, and it was just because too much fructose can be inflammatory. So it was basically an anti-inflammatory 90-day way of eating. And we cut out the dairy because the conventional dairy can be inflammatory for many people. So, and cut out alcohol, sorry. But
Right.
anyway, we actually did it over Christmas and New Year's too. So
Right.
anyway,
Yes, we
um,
did.
yeah, and I got to tell you, that flipped my world upside down when I
And
did that group.
I basically followed that strictly for about a year and a half afterwards because I had such
Same.
great results. I started my nutrition journey because I was having a lot of joint pain and I
Mm,
couldn't figure out why. And so that's when I started just investigating, taking certain things out of my diet on a regular basis to see what happened.
mhm.
And then fell into this group and I was loving it. I mean, it just really
Same.
did flip that switch for my body back then. And of course, when we did that, the focus wasn't on building muscle at the time.
Right.
And of course, I know both of us have kind of looked at our nutrition over the years and have changed it based on what we want our body goals to be. However, it really did work well. And I mean, I would say 90% of the time I still follow that. It just worked
Same.
for me. It's sustainable. That's the
Yes.
key.
It's very sustainable, and I'm like, wow, this is how come I didn't know about this sooner? And
Right.
because we're so ingrained on, oh, not eating fat, you got to eat low fat, you got to eat no fat products, and there's less nutrition in those products.
Raise your hand, literally, if you ate SnackWells.
Oh my gosh.
These
Snackwells
are
were
low in fat. Oh, I can eat the whole thing.
not only,
SnackWells.
yeah, Mhm.
100 calorie packs, all those fell for them all, like literally fell for them all.
SnackWell's were,
And
yeah.
it just, yeah. And so that wreaked havoc on my body in those at that time. And I didn't know it. I didn't know it.
Well,
Um,
yeah, and eating those healthy, that was such a like a new novel idea for me to eat healthier
mhm.
fats because we were told not to eat fat for so long that's going to make you fat. Well, when I cut out the processed flour and sugar and increased the healthy fats, it totally changed my brain. I was having migraine attacks. I was having 3 to 5 a month for 9 years up until
Wow.
I changed my eating. I know. And by day 45, my migraines were gone. And
That's
I wanted to
incredible.
cry. I wanted to cry because if you ever had a migraine, they are like the worst. They lay you out and you can't do anything. So anyway, I'm just like, hallelujah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got rid of
Everybody
my
thought, and my family, everybody thought, and my friends, they thought I was weird. I was putting butter and coconut oil in my coffee because I was, at that time, I was doing, the fat bomb coffees in the morning
like,
because we were also introduced to intermittent fasting and,
mhm,
what that means too. So a
yeah.
lot of different things. We've tried a lot of things, and what I'm going to share is anecdotal. I mean, I'm going to be honest and say I don't have a degree in nutrition, but everything that I've done is with nutritionists or registered dietitians, doctors, and that are in that health space. And it's changed my entire life, literally, because I was a school teacher who
Mhm.
couldn't get on the floor with my students to now own a fitness center and I help people with their health and nutrition. So my world has flipped because
Yeah.
I took an opportunity to change my health by changing my nutrition and my lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
I'm
it,
really
it
excited to see how this can help people do the same.
yeah, and I just hope you look at it and like say, hey, I can implement this. I can increase my protein, I can increase my vegetables. I can increase my healthy fats because that's key. I mean, it's been showing extra virgin olive oil has been really helped with brain cognition
Absolutely.
and avocados. Most of you know I'm addicted to avocados, which are a healthy fat again, and plus you're getting fiber, a little bit of protein in that as well. But man, those are so not only yummy, but just so versatile.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And they
so
and they fill you up. So
yeah,
yeah.
that's the key. It's like satiating. It's so
Yeah.
satiating when you eat that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like it's such a great shift because ever since they introduced the original food pyramid, our obesity rates have gone up, chronic disease has gone up, type 2 diabetes, which was not even heard of in children. Not only is it in rampant in adults, but also with kids now. It's just it's crazy. We have a very like a sick country, but we need to turn that around. So
Right. Right.
anyway, but we'll put that link also in the comments where they can go find the dietary guidelines that you just showed.
Right. So that you get the pyramid to look at, and it really does make sense. I mean, um, fruits and vegetables grow in the ground. They're abundant. I mean, maybe not in certain climates right now. Like I'm in Pennsylvania, it's cold. We don't have, fresh fruit growing or fresh vegetables growing out of the ground.
Mhm.
But eating seasonally what's available to you that's fresh
Mhm.
is really the best thing for us. I mean, it just kind of makes sense when you get into it. Eating something that's been on the shelf for we don't know how long in a
Yeah.
box or a bag
Mhm.
doesn't really make a lot of sense. That I always
Well,
think what's that going to do once I put it inside? So I that's just where I am. I always come from that lens of good quality food. I don't
yeah.
always eat it 100% of the time, but that's what made the shift for me and also for you, Kim, as you mentioned.
Well, and the other cool thing about eating whole foods and whole veggies is that you don't have, there's no label on it. So you know what you're getting is going to be good. And when you buy box stuff from the stores, there's labels and, I'm an avid label reader and most likely, they have things that are to keep the food, I call it Frankenfood actually, shelf
Right.
stable. They have to add a lot of ingredients in it to make it so it lasts long,
Mhm.
lasts a long time.
Right,
So,
right. And so when we think about Whole Foods, I know in the space I'm in right now, I have people coming into me not even really understanding what Whole Foods means.
mm,
So Whole Foods means it's what if it comes off the plant that it's in that state, a tomato, broccoli, cauliflower. We're talking about it's in its natural form as far as fruits and veggies are concerned.
Mhm.
Now, for instance, meat has to be processed. We don't just go and sink our teeth into a cow that's in the pasture. But that, yes, that has to be minimally processed. That's the other, comments we're going to get from this too, is you're going to see
Mhm.
those words, minimally processed.
Yeah.
It means it's not changed completely from its natural form. Certain things have to be processed for us to eat them.
Right. Yeah.
So that kind of thing. Or
Yeah.
one ingredient foods. What does that mean? It's
Yep.
broccoli, it's
Yeah.
chicken, it's, beef, fish, one ingredient. Yes, you're going to season those foods to make them more palatable, but that's what one ingredient is. There's no
Yeah.
label on it that tells you the recipe it took to create it. So, those are the things you're going to see in this guidelines. I think, like I said before, I think it's very
Mhm.
easy to read. And
Yeah.
again, if you have questions about what you're reading, then reach out to someone that you trust that maybe in the
Yeah.
nutrition space or even your physician. They may have some information that they can help you discern from that.
And to talk about the dairy that's on there, I think, dairy's processed, obviously, like milk,
Mhm.
cottage cheese, yogurt, Greek yogurt, which is really good. So not to throw all dairy out the window here, but quality dairy is, I think, beneficial if you can afford organic or I always try to get organic unsweetened yogurt, organic unsweetened cottage cheese. Um, you know,
Right.
so
But you're
anyway,
not quite sure what sweeteners are in it. And it does also have a section on there about limit highly processed foods, added sugars, and refined carbohydrates, and what that means. So, you know, we we
hmm,
we in the nutrition space are already doing it. So sometimes we forget that not everybody understands what that means, and they go
yeah,
right down through that. It's very easy to find, and it
good.
talks about how to identify those sugars, which I don't remember seeing that in any other document that we've had. So I think this is a little bit more expansive as far as that's concerned. It kind of goes into more detail. And to be honest, one of the things that I was very excited to see, Kim, no matter what we do, how we eat, if our gut health isn't online, and I know that's probably a buzzword that you're hearing all over the internet, and I'm certainly sharing about it. I know Kim's certainly sharing about it. If our gut health isn't intact, if we don't have a good microbiome, a garden, say, a good growing garden in there of the right bacteria, all the foods that you are eating that are healthy for you won't get absorbed properly. So we want to make sure that we're doing the things necessary to feed a good, healthy gut
Right.
too.
Yep.
And that's also limiting stress, just saying, because that can, you could be doing all the right things and be so
Right.
stressed out. And
That's a huge one. Yeah, that's a big one
that
for
is
sure.
huge. So I'm
Yep.
really excited to see that in there. And it talks about, some types of foods that you can eat to help promote a good, healthy gut.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
excited.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Lori. And
Absolutely.
we would love if you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comments and we'll get back to you about that. But yeah, we hope this was helpful for you to understand a little bit better the new food pyramid because we are excited. So anyway, we always end this saying, have fun and live young.
Yeah, I
And
love it.
we'll see you next week.
See you
And
guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
all right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, hold on.